Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. I appreciate you all finding the time to join me this particular morning for another edition, the first ever edition, edition of the Blue Morning Show in 2024. I appreciate you all. I hope you all enjoyed the festive period, and Happy New Year to you all. Sorry, we weren't able to host a New Year's show. That's because it was a busy day for me, and we had visitors over at the house. But once more, it's always nice to be here with you. I hope you're all doing well. Today we'll be talking transfers and all the news, strictly transfers and all the news. Some interesting topics to discuss. It's going to be as interactive as usual. Nothing changes. But one thing I can assure you, we'll have a lot of shows designed and lined up for the year 2024. Hopefully, I'll get some help in helping me host some of the shows. That way, we'll be able to implement all the good stuff we have lined up. Beyond that, sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, thanks once again to all of you. I appreciate you all finding the time to join this particular edition of the Blue Morning Show, the first in 2024. I'm happy we all made it. I appreciate you all. I can now thank you all guys enough for all the support and for us achieving 18,000 subscribers plus even more. And I think in total we'll have 18,196 subscribers, which means it won't be long we will get to 19,000 subscribers, and that's thanks to you, your unwavering support, your loyalty to the community. I appreciate you all. And before we move on, as usual, we'd like to keep it interactive. I'd like to say hello to those of you in the chat before we move on proper. Just give me a second here. And the first person, looks like I need to turn on the other light. It would take just 2-3 seconds, and not up to actually 4 seconds, but the other light is on right now. So let's see. As usual, I'd like to say hello to those of you in the chat, and I have my bro Constantine Dante. Big up to you, brother. Always nice to see you. I wish there's a chance we meet so that I can buy you some beer, man, and appreciate all the support you've shown to the community, your unwavering support. I want to say Happy New Year to you with this. Hopefully the soundboard doesn't disappoint me today. Thank you so much, Constantine Dante. Sincerely do appreciate you. And Constantine Dante here says, I hope you and your family are well. Great to have the show back. Great to have you back. More importantly, bro, much love to you. I cannot thank you enough. Massive big up to everyone. Yep. And only 4 minutes later, great start to the great start to the year. It says, I still do appreciate you, Constantine Dante. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Even those of you that are following the show on Instagram, Facebook, or X, or formerly known as Twitter, just know that we appreciate you. And that's because you watching alone does go a long way. But I have a secret for you. And the secret is that if you are with us on YouTube, we do a monthly giveaway for our members who are students to appreciate them, because I've been a student at that level myself, and I know how difficult that can be, especially those if you're lucky to be a student in places like Africa, where our last winner, John, I think Dan, Joshua Dan, appreciated that what he won $70 in total. I added 20 to him after having seen how much that meant to him. So we appreciate you. The secret is that you have to join us on YouTube here to get a chance to win at least $50, or whenever we're able to do that every month. And that's to all our followers, the community, the second 2 more giveaways that I promised during the festive period, and I will not disappoint. I'll still do that. But thank you to all of you. So if you're following the show on X, Facebook, or Instagram, you're better off subscribing to the channel and being part of the show on YouTube. So we have here Happy New Year to Coach. Happy New Year to you, to Rich Money Makers. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. And the panel, we must beat Preston. Yep, that's your ID there. If you didn't say that, I'd ask you for your ID. A good day to you, to Jump Out Entertainment. I appreciate you. I will try and make it on Panelist, Coach. Need to organize it. I would love that. I would love that. The question is, how do we connect? Will I be sending you the link to the panel via email, or are you going to create a Twitter account? Happy New Year, Coach and Chart Tiger. Beast, nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you. Wish the soundboard has the roar of a lion. I would have loved to use that, but much appreciate you, Tiger. Nice to see you. Yep, Tiger Beast is in the house. Happy New Year to you, to Jump Out Entertainment. I pray God bless you all to see many more. I pray the same for you, brother. And thank you, more importantly, for finding the time to join this particular show, this particular morning. Always slaying with the graphics, Coach. Thanks to AI, but here's the thing. Even with AI, you have to be very descriptive. Explain what you want. So I didn't just design that myself. You can say it's still my intellectual ability helped me achieve that. Yep. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Big up, Coach said, the Rich Money Makers. Nice to see you, bro. Big up to everyone in the chat. Please like, share, and subscribe. The likes do go a long way. Let's see quickly, all of you. Kimso is in the house. It's been a minute. Happy New Year to you, Kimso. And quickly, I want to say this. I want to appeal to those of you who are following the show on but are not able to participate in the chat. Just know that we appreciate you, and that's because, more importantly, you watching alone does go a long way, and we appreciate that. But we want to ask you for one more favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like for us on the screen. And that's because the likes do go a long way. We sincerely do appreciate you. And without wasting much of your time, we have to get into discussing the items we have lined up. Let's see. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Omar Dunk. Nice to see you. It's been a minute. I hope the case is that you've been busy. Coach, have you shared the link in the group? I have. Yep, I have. Go check it once more. Did I share it in the wrong place? Oh, I typed it, but then hit enter. Apologies, brother. Let's see. Anything else we have to address here? But Tiger, thank you for reminding me. Anything else here? And this says, okay, and the show is going to be at most 2 hours. And that's because school have started. I have to help my boys get ready for school and drive them to school too. Already did. Thank you so much. We need a better year for Chelsea this season because the other teams are getting stronger. I think we'll also be as strong as we should be, as you will believe we should be this coming season. And that's because the owners, I believe, they've learned quite a lot from the mistakes they've made. And we're signing 2-3 players this particular window and more experienced player to be specific. And that's not too, that's you can say that doesn't mean that they're still not going to be signing young players, because signing young players is the core of the project in question. Hello to you too, the coolest Charles, my bro, Tebago. Nice to see you, brother. Much love to you. You know what to do there. Let's see, anything else. Keep dropping the likes. Those graphics. I'm glad you appreciate it. You know the secret too. We share secrets, bro. Tebago it's in the house. Yep. Let's see. Hit the like button, people, and also keep subscribing to the channel if you haven't. Keep drop the likes on the stream, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Let's see. We have this man here, the gist, the hiss, the Scotch Potch. Nice to see you, my bro. Chelsea, Mitchell. You, and if you're watching, if you haven't, go check out Mitchie Boy's YouTube channel. Let's help him get to 2,000 subscribers as soon as possible, so that way he will earn more from being a YouTuber and be encouraged to do more. I appreciate you all. Big up chat. He says that the gist. Let's say why Ziyech on the panel. We'll talk about him in a bit. Probably the first topic. I don't have his image lined up here as usual because I had to reboot my system to the factory settings. So all of my presentation images are gone. So I don't have any Ziyech image. So I'm going to use this one. Let's start addressing the items we have lined up. Rumors are, or you could say sport, has it NTV? I think it's called NTV Sport without a T. Not sports, not sport, not even sports. They're reporting it that Galatasaray and they're unhappy with the performance of Hakim Ziyech, and from outside they say he's actually been good for them. He scored a few goals for them, created a few. So I'm not sure why they don't want to keep him. Maybe there's an issue with his attitude. I just do not know. But for me, I don't think he actually has an attitude issue. I think Hakim Ziyech has to be one of the most misunderstood players I've ever known, in my opinion. Just the way he carries himself, his belief in his ability, I think, comes across as him being arrogant. But I don't think that's the case. So Galatasaray, we're hearing, are going to ditch him, will not sign him on a permanent. So he will come back to Chelsea. So he remains a Chelsea player. He will most likely if we're to believe the report, he will come back a Chelsea player, which makes him a serious problem. And I've seen, I also did see a following report which says that Mauricio Pochettino don't like him and wouldn't want him to come back and be part of the squad. So that's concerning, really. And I think he still has he's contracted to Chelsea until 2025. Correct me if I'm wrong. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 21 likes. So Hakim Ziyech may well come back to Chelsea this January. We never know. When you have time, share the link. I've done so. I've shared the link. And apologies that I typed it but didn't share it. Didn't hit enter, so to speak. And that's what happens when you do everything alone. Let's see what else we have here. Kim, so nice to see you once more. You haven't told us whether you found a girlfriend. The way Coach says Galatasaray is fired. Is that the correct way to say it? Because yeah. I'm not perfect at pronouncing such names. So hopefully I got it correctly. Tiger Beast. We need Gyökeres and Osimhen. I think we can have them both, but do I think we're capable of signing them both? I would say no. And please, I want to appeal to you quickly. Please try, if you want me to address or maybe to read your comment, ensure that it's aligned with the current topic. Otherwise, I'm going to skip it. And that's because I'm a human being. I enjoy interacting with you, but it doesn't help when I switch between topics like this. It can be very exhausting, if you understand. Let's see. Hi, coach. After listening to Pat Nevin, we have superstars in Enzo Cole Palmer, and we shouldn't use Christopher Nkunku as a striker. I've said that 1,000 times. But until we sign one, that may well be, you can say, we'll be probably resigned to doing that until we sign a traditional, you can say, a more traditional striker. Simhem Jackson could be our jobber. Let's find out. Jackson is a good player, but I've always said let Jackson be Jackson. In other words, don't try to force him to be a number 9. Ziyech was balling at Galatasaray. Maybe his attitude is the issue, or maybe they just don't want to keep him. It's as simple as that. Probably down to his salary, maybe, because he's earning quite a lot. Let's see, something definitely is the issue, but we don't know. This guy, Ziyech, was one of our worst signing of the last decade with Drinkwater. Drink wine. You're saying his name wrong. My Swiss brother, BRZ. I think Ziyech, for me, was misused, in my opinion. What's wrong with him? I don't know. Ziyech still can score from free kick and corner kicks, and you could say he's a dead ball specialist. A player who was never utilized well. That's how I see it too. Yep. To me, no, coach, I haven't found one. All the priorities now. Yeah. So priorities, I'm guessing, to be established, to be able to, you can say, take care of one when you find one. Because if you cannot take care of one, it won't last. Right now, any of offer we get for Ziyech, we should take it. Yeah, but getting an offer will never be easy. Ziyech would actually fit this system well, but not sure Poch would use him. And I've actually read something to the effect of Poch not being interested in having him back at the club. So that's an unfortunate situation, really. But he's an excellent player, and it's a player I like so much. I have to say that. Ziyech good against low blocks because he can shoot from outside the box. Yep, he's actually an excellent passer of the ball too. And here's one thing I like about his passes. He adds so much pace to his passes that the opposition defense or opposition players, usually before they get to know what's what's happening, the ball gets to its intended destination. He's that good. But unfortunately, I'm going to say this: he was misused at Chelsea Football Club, and yeah, I'm not shocked that he wanted to leave because he wasn't playing enough. And remember, he's a player that's confident in his abilities, and that comes across as him being arrogant. If you have a guy who Ziyech can cross the ball to, he's very effective, but we don't for now. And at the time we had, but the manager hardly played him. Even that was when he showed excellent form under Thomas Tuchel, scoring goals, assisting goals. He improved defensively. He was tracking back and helping defensively. To my utmost surprise, boom. Thomas Tuchel dropped him to the bench with no reason, in my opinion. But let's say we have Tebago. I still have to practice. Well, we have Tobago in the house. Tobago, you have anything to add with the Ziyech news? Let's hear you. And big up,
Yeah,
Happy New Year.
big up,
Happy New
coach.
Year. Happy New Year, my bro. You owe me combat beer. And believe me, I have lots of friends in South Africa. So whenever I come, no stories. No stories. Okay, let's see how you see the story. What do you make of it?
I think it's nonsense. Ziyech is doing well at Galatasaray at the moment. You saw against Manchester United, he was cooking, and he almost play every game in the league. So I think this is nonsense. But overall, in terms of not using him as stuff, I always say this when it comes to Chelsea fans. Now they complain, oh, Mauricio Pochettino is not playing this certain player. Oh, he likes Gallagher. It doesn't rate Enzo. He rates Gallagher more and stuff. Now we had good wingers under Thomas Tuchel. He used to play Mason Mount as a winger, and which Mason Mount was not a winger. So at the end of the day, coaches have their own favorite players, no matter you like it or not. And you remember his first season under Lampard. Oh my gosh, Ziyech along Reece James. That's side, we were cooking, but defensively, we were so bad because we didn't set up in a good way. But overall, Ziyech is a good player. He wants a manager that can trust him. Even the national coach, the new national coach, he said it. If you trust him, he'll cook for you. Look at the World Cup. He was cooking for Morocco.
Hmm. And that's after people saying he was finished at Chelsea, has had nothing to offer at the time. I've always known he's a good player and will always defend him. I don't think he was a flop. He flopped at Chelsea. My argument will always be that he was misused. That's how I see it. But I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this particular morning. I cannot thank you enough, brother. And Tebogo has big plans for Coolest Chels podcast and this in 2024. A lot of streams, and the case will always be whenever we're done here, people will be redirected to his stream, and hopefully I'll have enough time to participate as often as I can because he's a brother and has helped quite a lot here. Even if Swansea makes an offer, we should consider it. Then you have to ask yourself whether Ziyech will accept going to Swansea. I don't think he will. Saudi would be his best option. They came for him. It fell through. They say that they discovered he had an issue. I'm not quite sure. So after they discovered he had an issue, they tried to restructure the contract he had already signed. That was why you could argue that fell through. So he returned to Chelsea and then, to Galatasaray. But here's what I want to say is this. I think chances are there's something, the issue may well be his salary. Yeah, because I get it. Tebogo, like you said, he's been cooking for Galatasaray, but chances are they may have looked at his salary and say this is a bit too much. We can actually offload him and get two more players for that. How much he alone as a single player earns weekly? We don't know. But let's see what else we have here next summer. Next summer, the board will lose some hair with the returns of Ziyech, Kepa, and Lukaku. I don't think Lukaku returns. Kepa most likely will return because he's not playing. Probably he thought he was going to be the number one at Real Madrid. Turns out, not even close. Happy New Year to you too, by the way, and everyone. Happy New Year to you. We miss you, Kim. So let's see. Big up Kuchila and everyone in the chat. Big up JC. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Let's see what else we have here. I have to put my volume down every time the goal is on. Gyökeres at Chelsea, and that's Milos Kolundis. I can't pronounce it. Let me just call him Milos. Milos. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Here's the thing. Chances are would sign him. I don't know, but we've heard that we're not that we appreciate him, but we're actually that serious about signing him. We've also heard that we're interested in signing Mihailo Mudrik's a countryman at what's this Spanish side that's been excellent this season so far. It's everywhere right now, but I think as we progress into the transfer window, we'll have we'll have a clearer picture on what players with the club will most likely sign. Big up to Coolest Chels, one of the best. Yep, I agree with you. Excellent content creator and a nice guy indeed. Santiago Jimenez in. He's another player I love. And Rain. Nice to see you, Rain. It's been a minute. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. Santiago Jimenez, I don't know, Tebogo, you remember me saying that of all the number 9s that we've been linked with, that my preference would be Santiago Jimenez, and that's because he's the more complete of all of them. He's excellent on the ball, can pick up a good pass also. He's good aerially. He can be physical also. That's why I like him. But I don't think we're that interested in signing him. But we'll find out. Like I said, as we progress into the transfer window, we'll have a clear picture on what players the club. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Remember, I gave you the name.
Yeah.
What a player! Yeah. What a player! And then, to be honest, coach, I like tall strikers. I'm sorry. I want my strikers to be tall, not for the sake of just being tall, because overall having a tall striker is an advantage for us. For example, if you corner kicks, both defensively, attacking wise. So I don't want to show striker anymore, Chelsea. Please, please.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Houston. A tall striker, the height of that the striker is an added advantage for aerial battle and all that. So yeah, it's not like you're being. I'm not sure what language to use. So you're correct. I like it. I like a tall striker too, but not too tall because usually when strikers are too tall, they're not that mobile. Um, in my opinion. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Funny facts. Gyökeres, Wally Waldo. Nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show, and I will never forget how helpful you've been to these to the community and how yes you were the first to give away memberships. So I appreciate that. Wally Waldo saying, fun fact, Gyökeres was playing in the championship last season. Goes to Spartan, scores 12 goals now. He's what 100 million. I think that's the release clause, and he signed that when he joined them. And I'm hearing that he's assured a Sporting CP that he's going to stay till the end of the season to help them fight for the title. The question is, how many clubs are actually interested in signing him? I've heard just Chelsea. I haven't heard any other club. No way we're going to pay 100 million for a player that's only just started cooking. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I don't think we'd pay that. Let's see what else we'll have here. Bali is like that magic king or whatever he touches turns into gold. Okay, I hope so. It's just a Sporting Lisbon doing what they do. Smart business. Sign him and then get him to put pen to paper for a release clause of 100 million euros, which to me, the equivalent of, I think I've done that calculation before, 87 million pounds, I think. So Jimenez is not tall. I don't know his height. Let's see what else we have here. Hopefully, we can get two good offers for Lukaku and Ziyech and invest that on Victor. I've been calling for using for us getting Osimhen when we were eyeing Lukaku. The price for him wouldn't have been so much. Hesitant with Chelsea. So and at the time, the way we operate was that we were used to looking for established players. We don't look for at the time. You could say Osimhen wasn't as good. Nobody knew he'd be as good as it turned out to be right now. I cannot see anyone else as a striker for us than Victor Osimhen, coach. All the others seem mid in front of the Prince. I think you could argue he's the better option, but for me, if I had to choose, I choose Santiago Jimenez. That's because he's a more complete of the players. We need a striker for January as soon as possible. We might get a slim chance for top six. Do I think we'll sign one this January? I honestly do not know. The Tiger, rise and roll. Let's see what else we have here. We have, we need a striker. Everyone can agree. This Chelsea board is the worst ever seen. Cannot believe they are even considering selling Gallagher. Those are just rumors, and I think Gallagher stays beyond January. Broya isn't him a striker needed. I think he needs time to, you can say, regain his form. In my opinion, they needed to hire me on the board. Okay, put in an application. Honestly, I'd get a striker on loan and set up a pre-agreement for Osimhen for him to join in the summer, just like Nkunku did. I think that's probably what the club would do. Jimenez is shorter than Jackson, only 6 foot. A 6 foot to me is kind of tall. 186 centimeters, that's short. No, 6 foot isn't short, man. Yeah, 6 foot isn't short. Maybe from where you're from, because Australians are usually tall. I agree. Or maybe that's just my perception. It has been said Conor don't want to leave. That's another thing. And the club, the manager likes him, so he stays beyond January, no matter what happens. If we wish all our remaining matches, if we win all our remaining matches, then we have a slight chance of being in the top 5. Okay, coach, stop sounding like Roger. Bro, yeah, that's rhymes actually. Please, once more, people, please, I respect you all. Let's try and keep the topics aligned. You can always, when I'll tell you when the show becomes free form. Right now, if we're going back and forth, it's not going to help me. I'm going to get exhausted as easily. That's like this. We're talking about strikers right now. Broya needs AC Milan loan or sell him. I think if anything, the club will end up selling him. 6'1", how the hell 6 feet is short? Okay, let's see how you Let's hear you, Tebago. The striker talk. We've heard that signing a striker will be a priority for Chelsea Football Club this January transfer window, and we've also heard that Victor Osimhen and it is Victor Osimhen that's one of the striker, and Ivan Toney. Even though rumors are that Arsenal are leading the race for the signature for Ivan Toney, we've heard Fabrizio Romano say he's not counting Chelsea out or any other club. What do you think? Which of the strikers do you think will end up signing? And I want to know your preference too of all the strikers that we've heard that we're linked with the move with. Let's hear you, brother.
You know me, Victor Osimhen is always my number one, no matter what. But overall, I don't think we will sign Victor Osimhen in this January transfer, because just sign a new contract with a release clause. At the same time, I think that should be activated from the summer, not now in January. So overall, I think it's just like a gentleman agreement. Sign a new contract with a release clause, then you can leave in the summer. So overall, my preferred number one is Victor Osimhen. With Ivan Toney, I don't think Brentford will let him go. They have so many issues at the moment. They are fighting for relegation, first thing. Second thing, Mbeumo is injured, just got in surgery. Third thing, Wisa is at his country for AFCON. So they don't have a strike at the moment. So they need Ivan Toney more than anything at the moment. So I don't see Ivan Toney leaving Brentford. So overall, I want Victor Osimhen, but to be realistic, we won't get it now.
Do you think even if we sign him, it would do a Gusto or maybe would do a Pulisic or maybe an Nkunku on him, like signing him and then letting him finish the season at Napoli? I think that may well be the
I
case.
think Yes, I think that is the idea for the club, just to have a pre-agreement, just like the Nkunku one, and then get him in the summer. Because if we wait, teams will come knocking and offer him much salary, or more, offer him like more bonuses, those kind of things. So we need to be careful. We need to close this deal now. And if we really need him, why not? Just close it now before it's too late.
Yeah, I agree. And here's why I think that may well end up being the case. And that's because we're dealing with De Laurentiis, which is he's we all know he's a very difficult person to do business with. And he's actually he has a release clause. And I think where the issue would be, we want a more favorable payment terms. I don't think we'll be able to pay it in one go. I think probably when we offer present that to him, it's okay. If you want that, then I'd like a favor from you too. I'd like us to keep him until the end of the season. And that's why I think that will most likely be how we sign Osimhen. We're not going to be able to pay the release clause one time, and then they say, okay, here's the thing, we'll keep him to the end of the season. Even that, I'll take that. Please know, Ivan Toney, we need a
Which
character and
which striker do
integrity.
you
Go
want?
ahead. Go ahead.
Which striker do you want?
In all honesty, right now, Houston, I like Santiago Jimenez, but I think we have too many of us, too many similar players, in my opinion. I think we need to mix it up. I've never been a big fan of traditional number nines, but I know Simem is very young, which means he can adapt. He can learn to be more of a hybrid striker than a traditional number nine. But I've always been concerned. That's because all his life he's played mainly as a traditional number nine, and in teams where whenever they get to the final third, they channel all their goal scoring opportunities through him. And given Mauricio Pochettino's approach, that's not going to be the case at Chelsea. It's going to be him scoring a few and other players scoring a few. And chances are, because of how much we would end up spending on him, Chelsea fans will not be, you can say, content with him scoring just 10 goals a season. They will still call him a flop, and forgetting that everything comes down to the manager's approach. You get my point now. So that's just how I see it. But I'd say go for him so that we will mix it up. We have Nkunku. You can say Santiago Jimenez doesn't differ that much from Nkunku, except that he's taller or more physical. That's just how they differ. Yep. Let's see. Please know Ivan Tane. We need a character and integrity. The scent POS has legacy and a value here at Chelsea. Let's see. We have Oliver Dintone say in an interview he'd rather go to Arsenal. Not that specific. He just said he likes Arsenal. But there's a point that Tebago made on the panel here. Is the fact that he may well stay at Brentford. That's because they're fighting for relegation. You can say, yeah, chances are they're not going to let him go.
Wisa went to his country for AFCON, and Brian Mbeumo is out due to injury,
Exactly.
so they don't have a target man now. So they need him, and then he might just tell them, "I will stay until the summer," because if you love the club, you'll be respectful and stay for the sake of helping the team, not for the sake of getting big bucks to another club.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with you. But thank you for that. Yeah, like I've explained it. And my bro, Matt Zivo, is in the house. Nice to see you, Zivo Genius. I appreciate you finding time to join us today. I know you've been quite busy, and it's a good thing that you've been busy. Yep. I appreciate you, bro. When you get a chance, share the link to your YouTube channel so people can go check it out. And this is for you. Nice to see you once again. And if you've been paying attention, we've talked about two players now. We have a few more lined up to talk, and hopefully we get to address all of them. What's the update? Yeah, we get to more. And we have, who do we have here? How many dollars are coming from Maatsen, Broya, Chalobah, and Lukaku? Lukaku, nearly 40 million. Kepa, probably at most 25. Chalobah, around 25 to 30. Broya, he still has, like a million years left on his contract. So that would be more than, around 35. Otherwise, we send him out on loan because we know his value. I listened to the manager of Luton, and they didn't fear Broya, and I think that is the same with all the other teams we play. Yeah, let's see. Broya is one of the players we should consider selling along with Lukaku, Ziyech, and Kepa. Okay, we see for a target man striker, 6 foot is small. There you go. Now you're speaking it the way you've spoken it the way I can understand. Brentford are worried about being relegated and they won't sell Tone. I agree with you. It's common sense right there. We cannot have like 130 million from Maatsen and all the names you've mentioned there. I'm not sure how much you'll be able to you can say get from selling those players. So Ziyech was a loan, not a sell. I think I have to be honest. Let me just put it this way. I'm not well acquainted with Ziyech's you can say loan deal with Galatasaray. I can't quite remember. It was more like they keep him to the end of the season and sign him for free, according to, if my memory serves me right, but I can't quite remember.
No.
Was that am I correct? Go ahead. You were going to say something to Beha.
They say they're getting pay loan fee, and then at the end of the season they pay a small fee.
So if
for him.
that was really, again, if that's really the case, then it wouldn't make sense for them to say they don't want him because they're practically getting him for free, except if the salary is an issue. Maybe. If the salary is an issue, then it makes more sense. That would be a way to sort out the Osimhen coming to Chelsea, possibly. And you did say that first, so I did a tap in on you. If we can get Osimhen now, we need to be smart and look for a loan for a striker. I think I agree with you. I'm going to try and say hello to those of you that I haven't said hello to. Morning to you, to my assistant, Santiago Munoz. I appreciate you. We need Gallagher to stay. I think he stays. We're going to talk about that in a bit. Just saying hello to people there. And we have Elise Nacho 17. Do I think we get Elise? I think that ship, in my opinion, has sailed. I don't think we'll go for him again. If I haven't gotten your comment there, I'll try and say hello to you. I want to get to the scroll to the very bottom. I don't think I'm missing anybody here. Happy New Year, everyone here from the East, the Gist, the Porch Scotch. Nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join us once more. We should hope on this Sancho move. Can you elaborate? Sancho move in what sense? I want to know. How does that help us? Can you elaborate? Let's see. Bring back Kendrick Pies and play him. Kendrick Pies? No, will not come until he's 18. You're talking about probably. I think you're talking about the Brazilian. What's his name? What's the name of the Brazilian? At Strasbourg, at our sister club.
Oh,
Angelo.
Angelo.
Angelo. Yeah, Angelo. Yep. Constantine Dante saying Girassi is a good shout. Only 17 million euros release clause, no pressure, and will be good backup when Osimhen comes back. Heston, Girassi will be going to Afghan himself. I think. Did they qualify? I can't quite remember, but he's an excellent finisher. Not about power, but about finesse. He's a delicious finisher. You should see his finishes. Believe me, you will give him hats off to him. I love him so much. But yeah, Wally Waldo. Let's see. Hey, people saying hello to each other. We don't care about my boy. Garnacho did more in 4 games than Sancho did 3 seasons ago. I think Sancho has fallen out with the hierarchy probably, and that's a sign. Here's the fact that United have sent Sancho was it on a loan? I think it's a loan. That simply back to Dortmund. That simply means what's his name? The manager Ten Hag is staying, because if Ten Hag will be fired, they will let Sancho stay. I don't know if that makes sense. Ziyech was on loan as far as I remember. Yeah, let's go by the fact that he was on loan there. Anything else to get here? Rich Money Makers says if this board wants a good season, we need a strike. I think we can all agree to that. And I have my bro out there by Marco G. Happy New Year to you, my bro. I appreciate you. The club determines which players to be sold. Poch does not have that social capital yet to influence the the club's decision. Trophies give coaches a say in the club's power structure. That's some comment right there. That is some comment. You don't speak too much, but every time you speak, knowledge. Olise is leaving Palace not in January, not this January. I don't think so. Let's see. And rumors are that Liverpool are also interested in signing him, but I don't think we want to sign him too. Let's see. And thank you for the hearts on Instagram. I appreciate you. Rich that kid. Thank you so much for doing that. Hi to everyone. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. And Peter Pan, I fear Poch would turn Osimhen into a left back. I like that one. I like that one. Seriously, I do like that one. But here's why I disagree. I think Poch, he's played players out of position. That's because he had no on those occasions he had no options. He had to make do with what he had at the time. I don't think he's into playing players out of position. I don't know. Tebago, if you have anything to add to that, but that's just my opinion anyway. Yeah, that's hilarious, right? Yeah, let's see. And just to see saying hello to somebody there. Let them have it to Todibo. We will rule with Antonio Silva. From one Silva to another beast is coming if we are signing him. And Houston, do we really need to sign a center back? I'd say no, in my opinion. I'd rather we keep Chalobah. I get it. He pushed for the move to Bayern, and probably that infuriated the club's hierarchy. But I think we should keep him. Also, if Girassi comes and does well, he will be worth triple his current fee. Yeah, he's an excellent finisher, and I like him. Honestly, Angela could be good to bring back to give Gallagher Palmer a rest. Not Gallagher really. I don't think he can do what Gallagher does. Maybe Palmer. Because I think one thing actually I prefer. I'd take him over. I won't say I'll take him over Palmer. I'd have them both. I think he differs from Palmer. Palmer sometimes can hog the ball too much unnecessarily. Angelo releases the ball quicker than Palmer. That's not me to say. That's not me arguing one is better than the other. I'm just highlighting how they differ. Coach, like I said, AFCON doesn't matter too much. We're only missing one EPL game most at 2. If he gets to the final. Obi Kerenke, Obi. It'll be nice to see you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Yep, that was a hilarious contribution from Peter Pan there, and I appreciate that, Peter Pan. Thank you for that. The contribution he will go along with for the community. Let's see. Apparently, we're interested in the Ukrainian striker. Yep, I seen that he plays. What's the name of the club? They were topping the table at one time. They could be still topping the table in La
Girona.
Liga. Girona. Yep.
Girona.
Yep.
The
Girona.
second now. Real Madrid is on top.
Real Madrid has toppled them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're interested in him. I've seen that too. Osimhen just extended his contract. Yeah. But have you ever heard about what we call release clause? He has one, and the pound equivalent is 112 million pounds, which is a low 3 million less than we paid for Moises Caicedo. Yeah.
People forget what Todibo did or Chelsea. As soon as Nkunku signed a new contract with Leipzig, even a release clause, after a few weeks, we triggered the release clause. It's nothing, man. If you really want the player, we can pay that release clause. Simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with you. Honestly. Let's see what else we have here. Osimhen just extended. Yep. Have you ever heard about a release clause? Yep. It doesn't matter. English isn't my first language either, so that's why sometimes I butcher whatever I want to say. But you communicate effectively, actually, Rain. I must let you know. So don't worry about that too much. Please, everyone, click the likes in. It takes just a second. We are at 45 likes, and that's a good sign. But we'll not be going too far beyond. We have about 1 hour 30. Around 1 hour something minutes to go. But please, we need to get it to 100 if we can. Please, everyone, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Let's see anything else to address here. Otherwise, yeah, Gallagher is getting. You could say, yeah, some people to the extent that they critique him, you could call it hate. Yep. I agree with you. Let's see. I mean, overusing Gallagher can really damage his career. It can become an issue if he gets a serious injury from playing every week. Yep. So we should use him sparingly, especially since it's the fact is that the managers, what the manager value the most about him is his, you could argue his industry, which means, he needs a break. Watching the game after the preseason game, we've had over 8 injured players for every game until now. Yep. So this is now is the time that I'll start judging the manager. Gallagher has been your best player. Still, there are people who want him sold. Oh yeah, it's like that with every fan base, and he's a divisive figure, in my opinion. Not because of his behavior, because some think he's good, some think he isn't good enough for the club. It's as simple as that. The people who want Gallagher sold are protecting Enzo and Caicedo. I'm going to say he's different from them. Yeah, go ahead.
No. That's the issue I'm having at the moment with people. Even Chelsea fans are saying the same thing. Just now, Conor Gallagher is doing well. They're calling Enzo and Moses Caicedo names. It's a wrong thing overall. Players take their own time to settle in a new club, no matter what. No matter what. And we've seen signs from Enzo, even if Moses Caicedo, it's just that they need time in order to do well. So I'm not having it, letting people calling players' names. It's wrong. It's wrong.
Yep. We are at 18,199 subscribers. One more to get it to 18,200. Let's make it happen, people. Angelo is a smart player. He has good vision for a player his age, but he's not a goal-getter. But if he can create the sort of excellent chances that he did create during preseason, I'll take him. Honestly, I'll take him. Honestly, I wouldn't waste time. He's an excellent player. He's an intelligent player. More importantly, would United take Gallagher after Mount? I think probably if we it depends the price. Yeah, it depends on the price. I think they will. Because see, for me, I've always valued him more than what's his name? More than more than Mount, in my opinion. I see Hall as our Salah. I pray we keep him. Who? Lewis Hall? Okay, we'll talk about that in a bit. Good day, my brother, and good people of Blue Bridge. Good day to all of you. And Phil Siebes, a big up, coach. Big up to you too, brother. Happy New Year to you. And Phoebes, this is to you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. You know, I appreciate you, brother. All right, the soundboard is acting up again, so I'm going to move on. I read Conor to reject offers that comes his way. We'll get to that in a bit. He should stay. I think he's staying. That's not because I want him to stay or I want him to go. Osimhen can come in the winter too. The only thing that will stop is if we don't sell 4 or 5 players, because yeah, we need to balance the books. Another good argument there. Our close contacts from my friends has told me that the board want some type of Europe this season by finishing in the top 7, and the board are concerning with purchase game management. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that. I keep dropping the lights on the stream, people. The lights do go a long way. Let's move. This here says, don't Newcastle have an obligation to buy him if they finish higher than 12? I'm not well acquainted with the clause, but I think the rumors are that it looks like he will meet that he will meet the requirement for him to stay on a permanent there. Coach Nacho 17 ran away just after the mention of Gallagher to United idea. Adube Lama to Happy New Year to you too. Nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join us on the show. I haven't seen you in a while either. I hope the case is that you've been busy and not that anything bad has happened on your end. And Tapiwa Tenaro, nice to see you once again. I am one person who used to dislike Gallagher, but he has proven to be the best and most reliable in the midfield. If it's if it's Toddy who want him out, then yeah, better concentrate on basketball only. We don't know. There's a chance everything we've heard are all absolute nonsense. Is it just me or everyone? Osimhen is a good striker, but our track record on Serie A strikers isn't good. I don't want him to come and flop because I like him as a player. I have other arguments, but this is a legit argument, really. I haven't heard of any striker from Serie A that have made it in the league.
I disagree.
Yeah, even what was the player that was it from Atalanta that West Ham United signed? I think they've sold him.
Yes,
yeah,
I know
last
him.
season, right?
Yes, for 40 million.
Yeah, what was his name?
Scamacca.
Yeah, John Louis. Is it John Louis Scamacca? Is that his name?
Yeah, something like that, but his name is Scamacca.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that's a legit concern, and because there are names to mention, not just him. There's Lukaku. There's also what other strikers are from Serie A comes to mind?
Shevchenko for Chelsea.
Yeah, Shevchenko for Chelsea too. Yeah.
But that's the thing with Shevchenko. I know at Chelsea he didn't do well, but if you can check everything, the current coach didn't want him. Roman brought him Shevchenko for him. Even Torres.
Was it Ancelotti at the time? Who was it? Or Mourinho? It was Mourinho.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who was there.
Shevchenko came under Mourinho.
Yes, and even with Fernando Torres, Roman brought Torres for Chelsea, and we had Drogba that time. Remember? So overall, even with Lukaku, Roman's son made that deal happen, and he flopped.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think the argument I get from you is that those weren't the manager's signings. At the time, the club didn't consider the profile of the player and whether they fit the manager's preferred approach to football.
Exactly.
So that's a legit argument, but I wouldn't blame anybody to come up with the argument that, yeah, strikers from Serie A don't work at Chelsea. And look at Højlund is struggling at United. But
Coach,
go ahead.
let me ask you something. If if Holland was at Chelsea, do you think he would struggle the way we create chances?
I, because technically you'd say no, because it's a fight. He put away most of you. I believe he's capable of putting away the chances, but we're speaking in hindsight right now. There's no way to,
Yeah.
to tell. Yeah.
But
It's yes, then it's a good it's a concern, but I wouldn't. There's a first for everything. Maybe Osimhen will be the first to come from Syria and do it. But go ahead.
I agree with you. That's the reason why, to be honest, I know people will dislike me for saying this. I don't want a player like Raheem Sterling at Chelsea anymore. Those selfish players. If you watch United, Rashford is so selfish. He can go one on one with a goalkeeper. He won't even pass Hoyland. That's the issue Manchester United are having at the moment. Simple things. You are failing to do simple things. Holland is a good finisher, but due to the fact that they have likes of Rashford who are selfish, they do the opposite things. That's the issue.
Look, they had too many issues. Rashford is selfish. Anthony plays against ghosts. So, yeah. Yeah, he plays and dribbles goes. Big up to you too, Jay. Nice to see you. Big up, Jay. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Gilchrist should be kept. I hope the club keeps him. And the Premonition and Chelsea fans, why must every sold young player be a Salah? Nobody is indispensable in life. Likewise, a football player. So I agree with you. That's a delicious comment, actually. And I'm going to say this: we can't keep them all. We can't keep them all. And tell yourself this: what if all the academy players they're all good actually, but what if they all become exceptional? There's no way we'd keep even 50% of them. And then Crespo came from Serie A to and we had to send him out on loan. So yeah, so it makes sense. Yes, Shevchenko played under Mourinho. Yeah, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Zola came from Italy, but Zola isn't a striker. I think the argument was specific with that particular argument. Strikers. Yep, defenders do well. Correct me if I'm wrong, like Angelo Monna. There are other defenders too. Angelo Monna there's also Antonio Rudiger. There's also the one that left us that has joined West Ham United and is doing well for them. That's one player I always question, why did we sell him in the first place? Probably because Tuchel didn't like him. But Zola wasn't a striker. Shevchenko was best because he had problems with his back. Yeah, they all had issues. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Tebago, here's Constantine Dante saying Happy New Year to you. I hope you're doing well. Sam, I want Starling gone. I want him gone. He cannot be consistent. Doesn't live by example. And Constantine Dante is saying Tebogo out. Big up to you too. Go ahead.
Until he knows how to spell my name correctly, I'll take him seriously.
So he's butchering the spelling of your name. Is that your biggest problem right now?
And he knows the correct spelling.
All right, people, we have to start addressing the items we have to address one by one. This is Lewis Hall. It's one of the best I've seen from the academy. I just wish it's the deal we have with Newcastle United doesn't work well, so he comes back. But unfortunately, he wanted to leave. And I've said this 1,000 times. The new owners, they have a pattern to the way they operate. The moment they sense you don't want to be here, they want to sell it. Yeah, but if you want to stay, they do whatever they can to keep you. Let's see. Honestly, if Starling goes now, we get some pretty pennies from him. Yeah, that's why I probably will be a bit reluctant to sell him. Okay, let's start looking at the items we have lined up. This one here says the outgoings are really important for Chelsea this window, and the aim is to not increase and potentially decrease the senior squad. So they want more experienced players. That's another way of saying they want more experienced players. They potentially need to raise funds for a new striker or centre back while still managing the squad. I don't think we need a centre back. I think the biggest issue we have with our centre backs right now is the chopping and changing, which you could argue wasn't down again. The manager has not been deliberate with that. It's just he had to change things around due to the injuries we've had. I don't think we need to sign a centre back. I get it. We'll probably sell Chalobah. Most likely sell Chalobah. And Thiago Silva, this will most likely be his last season. But we still have Axel Disasi. We still have Benoit Badiashile. We still have Levi Colwell. We still have, what's his name? Wesley Fofana. And we can get, and Gilchrist is also a centre back. That's how you do it. You play him. You give him an opportunity. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Gilchrist a centre back? And Tebago, do we need another centre back? Does it make sense?
Coach, to be honest, let me clarify this. In this January window, I will just say this. I was told that in order for Chelsea to sign players, we need to sell players. In order to sign players, we need to sell players. But overall, my view as a fan, I don't think we need a centre back. And it is not wise to sign a centre back in January because there's a short time to assess everything, right? So just give it time, what we have at the moment, until the summer. Then we can address the situation. We have a longer period to address everything. Also, in terms of the midfielder, don't sell anyone unless you have a plan. Like, for example, Conor Gallagher is being one of our key players. He's reliable because he's not an injury prone at the moment. Don't sell him unless you have a plan. Please. And in terms of striker, we know what we want. We want a lethal striker, right? So if you don't have a clear plan and not panic, just have a pre-agreement with Victor Osimhen or whoever you want. Let Jackson and Broca finish the season. Even though we will cry from now until the end of the season with those two, it's fine. But it would help us in order to address the situation correctly while we have time. We should not panic.
Yeah, I would say, maybe, let me phrase it differently. We don't need to sign a centre back. Let me just say our priority right now should be to sign maybe a left back and definitely a striker. I get it. In the future, maybe in the summer, maybe we can sign a centre back. I'm not sure why they're saying as if it should be a priority. For me, I don't get it really. Just give me a second here. It just doesn't make sense. I think the issues we've had in the back line is lack of chemistry, lack of them. You could say you could say down to the fact that they're not in the same wavelength. For lack of a better way there to get my point across. I think that we improve with time. The more they train together, our defensive line will become better, and the better they're protected by those in the central, the 2 6s. I think the more solid they become, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. It seems like a Poch is more comfortable with 2-man midfield, and that makes me a fear. He doesn't have a plan for Enzo as he keeps playing him in the 10 role. I, in my opinion, he hasn't actually played him in the 10 role too many times. In my opinion, Mitu also from Syria, and he had his own issues. He had the doping issue. I don't think anyone would want Sterling. So the Saudis maybe just for his name and his experience, unfortunately, but I understand where you're coming from. Big up my Chelsea family straight from Jamaica. Chadrick Ebanks, nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, and I recognize that. I hope the case is that you've been busy and that nothing wrong has happened on your end. I appreciate you finding the time to join this particular morning, brother. A question for Tebago. Coach, start bench, sell Nagelsmann, Enrique, Pochettino. Okay, I know the sort of answer you get for that one. But Tobago, a question for you. I'm going to take this question for you because you're an OG here and you're a member, paid member. But this is no time for questions. We need the topics to be aligned. But Tobago, there you go. A question for you on the screen. You go ahead and address it.
Man.
Chelsea fans, all right?
Yeah, Chelsea fans. But let me be honest here.
Uh-huh.
I will start Luis Enrique. I will bench Mauricio Pochettino. I will sell Nagelsmann. You know why Nagelsmann is afraid of challenges? Chelsea wanted him and he pulled out. That's on him, not Chelsea, because Paul Stanley was vouching for him, and the other directors he pulled out, and it's a clear process. The club will interview different candidates and then they'll make a decision. But he felt like the club is wasting time. He pulled out. So overall, Luis Enrique is one of the best coaches. You've seen what he's done at Barcelona, and then people should not say, "Oh, it's Barcelona," blah blah blah. He made it work. Barcelona was dominating under him. No excuses.
Yep. All right. We'll move on. Coach, we need a CB in peak form. I think I agree. Maybe a more experienced CB. Injuries are always a game away. Tebogo, we cannot rotate. Here's something I'm going to say quickly. I think going into the market and signing players because we have one player out injured is a sort of behavior that led to us having a bloated squad last season, which became an issue for the manager. So we should be cautious with what we do. We can always, you can say, what's the language I'm looking for? You can say find a temporary solution from the academy until the player recovers, except if it becomes chronic, if it becomes clear that that player will never be fit at any time, then that's when you look to sign a new player. But we do have a Washington as well as a striker, but Poch, don't give him a go. That's concerning to me. And my argument has been, you see that we overpaid for him. You can say estimated his abilities and overpaid for him. So why did we pay 20 million euros for him if it's not good enough to be starting for Chelsea? Tebogo is correct. I agree with him. We don't need these selfish players. They make us lose games. Yeah, that was I couldn't believe it, and I hated Sterling for that. How many clean sheets have we got this season? I don't know, and I can't check right now, unfortunately. Why can't we just admit a buying player is not more of an obsession? What is needed is a striker. Cashing in Broya and Jackson. I don't think Lacob will cash in Jackson. Jackson is actually good and can only become better. But just let him be Jackson. Don't try to convert him into a number 9. He was never one. Starling needs to go. Yep. People recorded that. That 3-1v1 is unforgivable. Not just one time. Nagelsmann pulled out for a reason best known to him. We don't know. So I agree. Vic, nice to see you, Vic, my bro. Happy New Year to you, Vic. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well, and this is for you. Yep, the soundboard is acting up. But Vic, I appreciate you joining. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join us once more. I cannot thank you enough for all your support. You are very much appreciated. The soundboard, if it comes back again, I'll give you the sound I wanted. I'll play the sound I wanted to play for you. Let's see. Big up to you too, Vic. I appreciate you joining. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes to go along with. Yes, Vic. Happy New Year to you, brother. This is saying, just give me a second here. Defense is best when it's not rotated too much, especially CBs and keepers. Doesn't help. Yep. Don't help. I agree with you. Coach, I just asked somebody to add to Bale's name of potential train tickets. Yes. I don't think Trevoh will buy tickets. I don't think so. Trevoh is still very much part in, and I can assure you that's the case. So still go. Let's relax. It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Even we fought. I remember on the panel people saying Potter out. I gave him time until I was tired. I'm gonna give points the same time. He was not my preference, but I support Chelsea Football Club, so I must support the coach. And then when I get tired of him, that's where you hear me say punch out. But now I'm not punch out. I see evidence that we're doing well. Our attackers are doing well. When last time our attackers were scoring goals like this? When was the last time?
Yeah, the only thing we haven't done well is take our chances. So I agree with you. Happy New Year to everyone. And Rich Moneymaker saying we need to keep stalling at all costs. Trust me. And if you listen to other players, they say learn off of Sterling. Even Palmer learns off of me. I think Palmer is just respecting him. But I think they will all be disgusted in that situation where he could have squared the ball for his teammates to make it easier to just tap it in. Santiago, Happy New Year to all of you. And once more, Vic, let me see if the soundboard works this time. Okay, it disappoints me, but Happy New Year to you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. This says the coach, the soundboard is delivering like watch. Does he make any animal sounds? No. The only thing, players will learn from Sterling is how to shave your beard. And now to be a ball grid player, wow, that's some argument right there. So let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. This is understandable. Some players will have to sell some players to have
Coach,
enough to buy some of the players we won't buy. Yeah, go ahead.
I told you, he knows how to spell my name correctly. Now he's spelling my name correctly. All along he was fooling around.
So, yep, he knew exactly what he knows exactly what he's doing. That's Constantine Dante for you. Much love, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Let's see what else we have before we move to the next item. We have lined up 51 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 100. We have just about an hour to round off here. Let's see. Not the soundboard. Need to raise some funds for the new one. No. It's actually brand new, so I'm not sure what's wrong with it. Let's see. Let's move on to the next item. I want to big up Vic there. If he refuses, then I'll stop. Yeah, it's refused to work. So I'll just go out and come back in at the control window there. I'm using a very unorthodox approach to connect it to this particular system. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Breaking news. We are not looking to sign a new goalkeeper in January. Shocking. I knew we weren't probably in the summer. We're not going to do that. Just make sure the new one has dog barking. Just go. It's sold out there in the market. Last time you made for for Chalobah. Okay, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Chelsea are in talks with Benfica to sign 20-year-old centre back Antonio Silva. I don't know him. Tebago, do you know him? Can you speak about him? Let's hear you.
One of the most talented center backs uh, produced by Benfica. But at the same time, man, it cost a lot. 87 million euros release loss. That's a lot. So, but I wouldn't mind him at Chelsea. But now, my issue at the moment, to be honest, coach, when you sign center backs, we need experience. We need experience no matter what. I'm so tired of
Are you there?
each and every game. So overall, I just want experienced players during for center back position. From the midfielder, the attackers, I don't have a problem. My center back position, I want experience.
Yeah, I agree with you. If we have to sign one and pay that much money, let it be an experienced one, not one that is 20 years old. It just doesn't make sense. We don't need a goalkeeper. Petrovic and Sanchez, they're both good. Honestly, not to even to finish the season. I think they're both excellent. How many? Just go away. Here we go again. Another player that's overpriced by Benfica. And this could be just a rumor because I don't trust the S Bremer
No,
news. I don't know them. Go ahead.
they're not overpriced. This is their release clause. Benfica, most of the Portuguese club like to put the release clause on their players. Simple as that. That is not overpriced.
Yeah, you could argue it's something you could say they have to do. They signed these players and give them the opportunity to improve and become and play at the level at which they're playing right now. So yeah, they're protecting their assets these days. They sign you before even they sign you. They have a release clause, something ridiculous as usual. So if any club wants to come and take you away from them, they'd have to pay premium, and I don't blame them because they are the ones doing the scouting job, or you could say putting in the scouting work to find these gems, find these players as young at a very young age, and give them opportunity to play. But let's see. It's he's a very on the ball. Okay, a very good on the ball. It's cheaper to buy Benfica. You could argue, honestly. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Who's this name I'm seeing here? Rudrash. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know that name. Let's see what else we have here. Good morning, coach. Good morning to you too, Latif Khalid. I don't think we should go in the market looking for another centre back. Chalobah, I'd rather we keep Chalobah, in my opinion. Should be given an opportunity to look at Tomori and Crystal Palace. Yep, Mark Guehi and Tomori in the at AC Milan. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Go ahead.
What do you think about Mark Gehi? I'm not saying I want him. I'm just want your view about him.
No, I think we can do better than him. I don't think he's good enough.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
The only player that we wanted to sign at the time that I knew was good enough was what's his name? Even when he wasn't starting that much for Manchester United, the Dutch international that plays for Man City, so to speak. What's his name? Nathan Aki. I've always known he's good, but Mark Guehi, maybe he will get that, but right now I don't think he's good enough for Chelsea. But that's a small opinion anyway. Yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Says that the Antonio Silva news emerged from a Sun reporter. They are always making things up. Yep, and it's blown up right now. I'm not sure if you guys know CB Dragosin. He's a Romanian player, so I know him very well. Classy, old school CB. And that's what we need right now. We have too many ball playing CBs. CB Tottenham apparently in talks with him. Hopefully they don't get him. So you like him, that you want us to get him. Yeah, we need to mix it up. If it's classic style old CB, then I want him. Coach, as for left back, we can bring back Lewis. We cannot. I think we had his loan deal to Newcastle United has what was described as a mandatory option to buy him if he reaches certain if he reaches a certain milestone, which I'm not quite sure what that is. But we move on from that. We have called back Zach Sujian, left back from Petersburg, age 19. We have called him back. I don't know him. A stooge? I don't know him. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. People keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. The Chelsea hope of signing a top striker are likely to hinge on sales that would help their financial fair play position. Maatsen, Gallagher, and Chalobah could all leave and are pure FFP profit. Broya is also one to watch if they sign a new striker. So Broya's future dependent on whether we sign a new striker or not. And the report comes from his perspective, saying if Chelsea signs a new striker, then he's going to look to leave. So for me, if that's the case, I'd rather him leave, which means he's not ready for competition. He wants us to give him a chance to the detriment of the club, whether he's performing at the level we want him to or not. It doesn't matter to him. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We are at 54 likes. We should be doing better than that. Ryan Winter says, big up, coach. Opinion only, but my ideal back four is Chilwell, Colwell, Fofana, and James Kukurea, Badiashile, Disasigus. So backups. Badiashile isn't a backup. None of those starting CBs are as good as Badiashile, or none of them can read the game as good as Badiashile. In my opinion, we don't need anyone else. I just said, let's say, I think one thing we agree on is that we don't need to sign any more CBs, in my opinion. Dragosin is 21, but will be next Romanian captain. So he's garnered enough experience that he can lead us. FFP is fine with a 709 in profit. But have we made that much money? You know, No, we haven't. So let's move on to the next item. We have lined up. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Before we continue, one more item there in the chat to get up to more. Okay, just providing a number there. This particular report says that Alex Matters will join Huddersfield Town on loan. Good luck to him. I hope he develops even further. And should Chelsea that they need to bring him back, that he can actually perform for the first team. We'll move on to the next item. People keep dropping the likes on the stream. Particular report says Borussia Dortmund have made an approach to sign Chelsea defender Ian Maatsen on initial loan. So that language shows there will be an option or maybe an obligation to buy. But from what other reports that I've read with regards to Ian Maatsen's future, one of them says specifically that Chelsea are willing to let him go, but with an obligation of £26 million, obligation of 26 million pounds permanent purchase. But we're hearing that Dortmund just wants him on loan. I'm not sure. But the fact remains he may well leave at Chelsea this January. I keep dropping the likes on the screen. He's a player I like so much, but for some reason the manager don't see him as a left back, or maybe you can use a language that doesn't trust him that much. We need CBs who can score some headers. Badia Sheila is okay. He can actually score some headers, but I don't think it makes sense to join judge any of our players, and that's because what's the language I'm looking for? We've been poor collectively, in my opinion. Good luck to him. Good luck to him indeed. That's another thing. Who's this person here? I don't know the name, and that's an issue. Ian Maatsen will be gone because of his height. You think? And it's saying, big up to you too, Walter Moregbe. Nice to see you. And may I know who I just added to the panel? I'm not sure because for you to have found the link to the panel means you're a member of the group. May I know who is? Oh, Tiger, that's you. Okay, that was why I was hesitant to bring you on to the panel. So Tiger, if you're ready to speak, I think you should right now. We're talking about Ian Maatsen. Once we're all caught up with all the items we have lined up, I will bring you back to reflect on all the topics we've discussed and hear what you have to say. But let's hear you, Ian Maatsen, if you want to add, if you have anything to say with regards to his future. You there, Tiger? If you're speaking, we can hear you. Tebago, can you say something? Tebago, are you there? Okay. The silence is awkward here. You say something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So probably the issue is White Tiger's audio system. So sorry about that, Tiger. You've been saying name correct. Okay, Dragusin. Okay, thank you so much. I think I need to research him. Sal Broya and bring back our former academy player striker from who? Roma. You're thinking about Roma? You're thinking about Tammy Abraham? Sell Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell may well be sold when, I don't know. Maxson can leave since he cannot play left back. Since the manager doesn't see him as a left back, and if you're suggesting we keep him as a midfielder, I think we're packed in that area, in my opinion. And it's not like he offers so much different than the others. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. People keep dropping the likes on the stream. People, 57 likes, 3 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. To get it to 60, let's make that happen. Item Gallagher. This says this is saying that if incredible offer comes in for Conor Gallagher at the level that Chelsea owners would expect, I don't know, maybe 60 million or thereabouts, then of course they are going to consider it, and they know that he represents a pure profit on the books in terms of financial fair play. Do I think Chelsea will sell Conor Gallagher at this January transfer window? I'd say absolutely no. It just doesn't make sense. We have issues in that midfield area, and as much as I believe that the likes of Romeo Lavia has more technical ability, is better technically than Conor Gallagher, but they cannot offer everything as that Conor Gallagher offers. His you can say his mentality, commitment, ball winning ability, his industry overall. They cannot measure that. Which is why the manager has played him. As long as he's not suspended, the manager plays him. And I don't see that changing, except if the club signs another player that's capable of doing the same, or maybe even more. And you could argue that's why the manager has been cautious with his comments, hasn't come out openly and said, "Yeah, I want to keep him. He's a player I like. I want the club to make sure he signs a new contract." He's just been preaching about his commitment, the fact that he's come through the Chelsea academy, and how well he's done, but hasn't at any time and said, yeah, he wants to keep him. The rumors that what we've heard is that Mauricio Pochettino has communicated to the club that he wants to keep him, but to me, those are just absolute nonsense. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but that's same my opinion. I think he stays at least beyond January, but that's just me. Timo Werner, no way. Who wants Timo Werner? Jackson will play left winger for the rest of the season. If we sign a new striker, or I think we'll probably be using more of a hybrid approach, and that's because that seemed to be more suitable for him. Yep, look, he's created some excellent chances actually. It's just that the people he created, the God at the end of the chances he created, did put the chances away. And that's, by the way, please kindly subscribe to Tebago's YouTube channel, the Coolest Chels podcast. Go subscribe. Let's help him get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Help him get monetized. So that way he'll be encouraged to do more YouTube videos. Believe me, you will like his content. He's done quite a few delicious videos with Jerry Z, and I think you'll like them all. Good conversation. Go check it out. And we have we don't need a bomb like Verna. Let's see, if we want to accommodate Enzo and Casado in the 11, then we need to play taller fullbacks. We cannot play James and Chile along with these two. Wow. So you're concerned about their high Jakaj. Gallagher stays in the team, please. I think he stays beyond January. Beyond that, I'm not too sure what's going to happen. Let us not forget that Santos is also back. Yep, he's being recalled. Thank you for that. They are going to sell Gallagher this January. We'll find out, Rain. But I don't think they sell him this January. If someone overpays, then need to sell. That's what they're saying. So which means it's a way of saying we really want to keep him. But if someone overpays, they're going to sell him. And another point is this: would Gallagher want to leave Chelsea? And we've heard that he will reject approaches from clubs, that he wants to stay at Chelsea. And which, to me, I'd say a smart move for him. He knows Pochettino is the manager to help him become as good that I believe he can become. Coach, another question for Tebago: start sell Gallagher, Osimhen, Tone. We can have only one. Let's hear you, Tebago, if you're there. Another question for you on the screen. I'm going to go back to it. Only people that knows how to spell Tebago's name can subscribe. So there you go. Tebago, quickly address that one. Let's move on.
Sell Conor Gallagher, sell Ivan Toney, start Victor Osimhen. And coach, another thing about Conor Gallagher, I've been listening to David Austin, recent podcast with Rio Ferdinand. He mentioned something which people are not aware of it. So he was saying that we must all remember, Conor Gallagher at the moment is not offered a new contract, and his current contract is expiring in 18 months. So, for example, if Chelsea doesn't sell him now in the summer, he might be cheaper, or he might not sign a new contract and goes for free in 2025. So it's in between. Chelsea, what Chelsea should do: sell him now, or wait for the summer, or no, I don't know. So what do you think about it?
Here's the thing: if we've heard there are other reports, I don't know if you've seen any of them. I think I've seen a few reports that suggest that Chelsea are actually trying to get him to put pen to paper for a new long-term contract. So I think whether he goes or stays depends largely on whether he signs a new contract. If he signs a new contract, I think he stays long term. But if he refuses to sign and the club senses that he may well end the way that of Mason Mount ended, they'd sell him now to get even more money from his sale. It doesn't matter whether he'd reject offers for him, the club will push him to leave. If he refuses to sign a new contract on their terms, because they have a new contract construct. That's the language I like to use, but I hope that people understand what that means. You could say new contract format. So him staying comes down to whether he signs a new contract or not. But I think he stays beyond January. Then, if they try before summer and he refuses to sign a new contract, then they will push to sell him in the summer, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. Only people that know how to spell Tobago are allowed to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Mohammed Saeed, nice to see you. Next, sell Rich James. I don't think the club will sell him, especially now that he's gone under the knife to correct the hamstring issue. The Blue won't make sure Gallagher leaves. He will see to it personally. We'll find out. Gallagher's price is highest now. If he gets a major injury from being overplayed, then good luck selling him. You don't sell an injured player. Gallagher has no reason or pressure to leave. He's playing, living in London, in a Euro place on his mind. We cannot force him out in general. I don't think we can. The club will not be in a hurry to sell him. He's been playing well, and the more he plays well, he said the more valuable he becomes. Why doesn't anyone come in for Poch release clause? Zero. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 59 likes. Let's get it to 60 and see if we can get it to 100 by the time the show ends. Says the club youngster Alfie Gilchrist also attracting interest from clubs, but he is not yet available for loan. The defender was captain of Chelsea's under-21s last season and was nominated for the Premier League 2 Player of the Season. I think Chelsea will keep him. And on 2 occasions, correct me if I'm wrong, the manager has actually used him in the right back position, hasn't he, Tebogo?
Correct. And then I think Poch really liked that. As soon as,
he likes him.
And even from my side, I like just those few minutes of Alfie Gilchrist. The way he contacts his players, he claps, he shows signs what you need to do. Every tackle, you can see there's a passion there. This is what I want from every Chelsea player. Just look at him, just a kid, but he's doing things that our current likes of Disasi, you name them, they should be doing. This kid is an example. We need to keep him, but overall, I think it's fair to loan him in a club. That way, he can play, get him more game time, and then come to Chelsea as soon as he's developed, and if as a better player also.
Yeah, there's a chance they're not going to loan him out because he's. I think probably is more of the backup in the absence of Rich James, so he gets a chance to play. I think the club. I don't think we'll loan him out this January, but we'll find out. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's move on to the next item. 59 likes, one more to get it to 60. Then we should shoot for 70, 80, 90, and 100. Let's go to the next item we have lined up here. Right, Lewis Hall is poised to stay at Newcastle following his initial loan from Chelsea, despite failing to break into the starting lineup. It is understood the deal is not triggered solely on appearance in the starting 11, and the terms are all likely to be met. So the terms that decides whether he remains at Newcastle on a permanent, whether he comes back. So it's saying the terms are likely to be met. Tiger, I appreciate you finding the time to join back on the panel. Let's see if we can hear you now.
Yeah, Coach. I guess so.
Big
It's
up to you. We're
it's
talking
good
about
now.
Lewis. I appreciate you finding the time to join. I hope you enjoyed the New Year's Day. I hope so.
Yeah. Happy New Year to the coach. Happy New Year to the panel. Happy New Year to the chat. and maybe this new year is not so gleamy as Chelsea fans as last two seasons were.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
when
I
when
go.
I
Go
yeah
ahead.
when I joined like off late when a mic was having some issues, you were asking me about Ian Matson, so I would just like to glance over it.
Mhm.
I don't think so. Poch likes him because
You
if
don't.
he did,
You don't even think it's a matter of him not seeing him as a left back, but more of an offensive player.
yeah, and I don't think so. In the offensive lines, Ian Matson actually makes the cut. You know, with Madueke being there, with Sterling being there, with Mudrik being there, so
Uh,
that's also a problem. We have a lot of offensive players to suit, uh, as suitors for the right wing and the left wing.
mhm,
Um, I also personally think if really Ian Matson was a thing in Poch's head, he would have been given a lot of game time than he is given right now, as of now. So he's on his way to be sold. And I also mentioned in the chat, like I have no issues with anyone being sold until and unless the revenue we get from there is utilized into getting a good player. The
yeah.
only exception to that fact is Conor Gallagher, and I have made myself clear on countless number of occasions that why is it so? Because we have given him the armband, and there is some sense of passion and some sense of, some sense of um, an attribute of playing for the badge, which cannot be bought from money. It's inculcated in a person, and that's something which is very Cobham esque. So I feel that's important, and he has been one of the best players on the pitch. Now people can debate that when Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo come in all their original self and play to their potential, Conor Gallagher won't even start as, even in like he won't even get a minute or two in the field. Uh, I actually agree, but right now he's one of the best players, and all the reports are saying that Poch is trying to build his team around him. If that is true, uh, and as I also said one day on the stream, coach, I don't remember if I've mentioned it on this stream or not. I personally fear, because I don't think so. Poch has really, resolved the midfield issues we have in Chelsea,
Hmm.
uh, as to who should play where and who should be the higher six. How should Enzo be utilized? How should Caicedo be given a role that he actually, justifies his price tag? If Conor Gallagher goes in January, that will create a lot of troubles for the midfield as well. But again, if Conor Gallagher goes, and if he's sold, and that funds Victor Osimhen, I mean any day Victor Osimhen over Conor Gallagher. That's my stance. And same with Lewis Hall. I don't mind. I would have loved Lewis Hall as left back, but when you sell a youngster, or when you loan out a youngster, when he performs for you in preseason,
Hmm.
you cannot expect him to be loyal for you then. This was expected from Lewis Hall. Even if he's not getting game time at Newcastle, he wouldn't come back over here and play a lot of games if he's not insured of game time. And with Marco Kurella, Ben Chilwell, and you are playing Levi Colwell again and again on the left back positions, I don't see where Lewis Hall makes a cut. So yeah, I mean Lewis Hall is also on the way out. And it's all only it's only better for us from the
Hmm.
financial standpoint, because he is also a good value to the books. Uh, what's the contract, coach? If you recall about Lewis Hall,
Which contract?
Lewis Hall, how
What I
much we are
heard was
selling him?
that you're joining them on loan with a mandatory option to buy, but some certain you could say criteria. What's that? Certain 11 terms has to be made. Certain terms have to be made before that happens. Yeah.
Okay, how much is this? Like 20-30 million or 15-20 million?
I can't quite remember, but it's in the 20s. It didn't get up to 30. I
Yeah,
can't quite
yeah.
remember.
That's also good. I mean, for a youngster.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my point of view. Unless and until it funds someone of the stature of Victor Osimhen, I'm okay with
Mm.
it. But yeah, if we are investing in Victor Gyökeres of the world, if we are investing in all this, who was this guy? Uh, 50, 60 million youngster, 19-year and 18-year-old, I don't think so. That should be done by selling top players and top Cobham products. You
Yeah.
only get better if you sell them.
Yeah, I think we need to mix it up with experience. I will come back to you guys again. Let's see what next we'll have lined up. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the show. But thank you, Tiger, for also finding time to join. I saw that Elisa still has a buyer clause. Yep, they added one when he signed a new contract. Then to six, some people having a conversation there. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. If Poch doesn't get us there, then okay. Well, this target was top four. His target was top four, and he hasn't delivered on that. His other target was to improve players, and then haven't seen much of that as well. Wow. Let's see. It's about time, and I think we turned the page in December towards the last week, but and backward steps, and okay, it really should be time over the harness. Okay, let's see. I said from the beginning we needed to get top six. Then I don't mind him staying. Let's see what happens. It's not too late yet. Mathematically, it's still possible, but whether he'd be able to do it, I don't know. We should be going on a winning run. Yeah, which will go a long way for us in terms of the players' confidence and all that. Yes, been easier games, and a few more are coming up to Liverpool and to win it all. I think we should win them all. And are we capable of doing that? I say yes. Big up chat, sending your question for the panel for the Q&A. Yes, please send in your question. If you have any questions, send it in. I doubt Poch has the tactical awareness and implementation in order to win titles. If he isn't if he isn't that, why are we wasting our time? I think he is for reasons I don't want to get into. I think you've heard me make that argument before. Let's move on to the next item. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Okay. This report says, the particular report says, information on the failed Andre Santos loan. It is understood that Chelsea were under the impression that a Forest would sell midfielders to help create a space for Santos, but they added Ibrahim Sangare right at the end of the summer transfer window. So that's for me poor plan. Poor plan in there. I'm not too sure why we're relying on them to sign
Coach,
players. Yeah, go ahead.
I know the Andre Santos loan failed, and then it's on us. But overall, the time he went to Forest on loan, they didn't sign Sangare and another midfielder. I forgot his name. They added those two midfielders after he signed. That's where I thought, oh man, this won't work. But overall, this is not on Chelsea. Forest were just buying players for fun. How many players they brought? 20, right? 19, 20 something in the season. Oh my God. Yes. So I blame Chelsea, but I don't blame them fully because they were not aware of Forest transfer plans.
Yeah. Tiger, you have anything to add to that, or should we go ahead?
No,
right,
not really, Coach. I mean, yeah, I agree.
Okay. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. We move on. Here, Chelsea are understood to have watched players like Sehu Girassi. We did talk about them. Santiago Jimenez and Benjamin Sesko, among others. Ivan Toney and Victor Osimhen are deemed as difficult to obtain. Tiger, you have anything to say with regards to this particular report? All right. How about you, Tebago? You have any?
Just say you want Ivan Toney. But coach, let's be honest. This name, if you watch this name correctly, they are good names, but I have slight issue with Benjamin Sesko. I like the kid; he's a fantastic player, but at the moment he's struggling to get game time at Leipzig. So that's my concern. He's struggling to get game time, and he comes to Chelsea for around 50, 60 million. That's a lot. Unless if maybe it's cheaper than that, I would take a risk.
Yeah, Tiger, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, coach. Yeah. I'm audible, right?
Yeah. We can hear you.
Yeah, so, like I've said, coach, and on countless number of times I've said this, I just want Victor Osimhen. I don't deem any striker fit to be, playing for Chelsea. But
Mhm.
objectively speaking, and because we have names on the table right now, I personally would prefer Gurasi just because the cost benefit ratio. He's what, 17 million, I guess, 17 million pounds
Yeah, his release clause, I think. So I don't
release
know what
clause.
that's. So go ahead.
What was, when was, how much was Jackson, coach? I guess 30,
I think
35.
35.
So, I mean, if you get someone which is cheaper than Jackson and he scores goals, I mean, I will take that any day. But I personally think Gurasi is going to Manchester United if they are doing some, wise business, which they have not done in past 2 3 windows. But if they do a good business, he would be going there because they utterly need a striker. Um, Santiago Jimenez, what's his price again? 50 60 million, if I'm not wrong,
I don't know his
least.
price tag. Probably Tebogo will know.
Correct. 50, 60 million.
50 60 million. Ah, here's a problem. Here's my problem, coach, and the panel in the chat with spending 60 million or 70 million or in that range for a striker in winter.
Mhm.
If we spend 60 70 million in the winter and we sell these players, will we be in a position to sign Victor Osimhen in summer? Because I personally doubt it. If you're going over 50 millions for a striker in the winter window, I don't think so. We can sign Osimhen without financial consequences in summer because it's 113 million up front. It's a release clause. They won't budge, and we all know Napoli and their directors and how they commence business. So I mean, it's a 113 million upfront cost, and it's expensive. So I would personally prefer not to sign anyone out of these. If at least, and if anyone we have to sign, Victor Osimhen is not gonna come in winter. If some people are saying that, then maybe Gurasi is the one I would prefer, and maybe Dominic Solanke from the PL if he's coming. I don't think so. He will come, but yeah, around the same price. But don't go over 30 million price tag according to me for a striker in winter because that doesn't make sense if you really want to bring Victor Osimhen. And I don't
Mhm.
think so. Why if we shouldn't bring Victor Osimhen as soon as we can. And I personally still feel that it would be Enzo like drama on the end day of transfer deadline, and he will be
You're
here in
talking
winter
about
as well.
Osimhen?
Yeah. It would be a release clause break. We're gonna
Yeah, it
do
has
it.
to. Definitely, especially when you're
A
dealing
lot
with
of
the.
thing depends on the
Go ahead.
sales. A
Yeah.
lot of thing depends on the sale. But if Conor Gallagher goes, it's gonna be. I'm as clear as day that we are gonna break that release clause because then it would be 45 50 million upfront pure profit in our banks, along with Trevoh Chalobah, along with Jan Maatsen, along with Louis Sol, along with maybe Broya, maybe Kepa, maybe Ziyech, maybe Lukaku getting loaned or sold. So yeah, I mean, it depends on the Conor Gallagher situation a lot, I guess.
Hmm.
But it's Todd Bowley, so he has done it countless number of times here in Chelsea.
Yeah, much appreciated. And I think that's it for the items we have lined up. So if you have any questions in the chat, serious questions, please. No SW questions there. Yes, people seem to forget the horrible results earlier on against crap teams. And no, it's not because of injuries. We had enough. Wow. Okay. Jurasi is a simple decision for 17 million plus. He's a fine finisher, in my opinion. Great backup option. Not even a backup. I think he'd be starting over what we have. But I said send Broya the other way. We could use Broya to get him, but I think the club will be asking more for Broya. We don't have Curasi profile, big, tall, physical striker, and excellent finisher. Actually, Conor Gallagher is key player for Chelsea. That's how I see it too. I have to be honest. 17 million euros of release clause is very cheap. He's 27 but that's prime, and that's what we need, in my opinion. I don't think Blues Cup expect Poch to win the league, but the expectation is to bring stability. Once that is achieved, Blues might move to a winning coach, someone who is tactically better. But if he wins, I think he stays. We will not say Gallagher. It's not going to happen. I've always known that's not going to happen, at least not in January. We have
Never say
players, I am
never.
sure. Sorry?
Never say never. I
Yeah, never say
remember.
never, but
I remember with Enzo Fernandez. Remember, we were so close of getting him right, and then the post from Portugal said that we messed up the deal, and then we agreed on a certain fee, and then on on the backside we offered less, and then they said, okay, if you don't want the player, go away. And then Chelsea went there 2 days before the deadline day. So in football, never say never. Money talks.
yeah, money talks indeed. We have players. I am sure Leverkusen might want in return. Yeah, I agree. Even Victor Boniface isn't bad. They're all good. But let's hear you, Tiger. Anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, Coach Victor Boniface and Victor Osimhen are friends, like, uh, yeah,
Friends? I don't know that. I don't know if they
they
are.
are they are friends. They were, he was celebrating birthday with that guy. I mean, maybe they are good friends. Chat
Hmm.
can confirm.
But they're both Nigerians.
They're both Nigerians. And personally, I'm supporting Nigeria and the Afcon to let people know, because the
Do you
prince
know
is
the
there, Victor
African
Osimhen
countries
is there.
in AFCON very well?
Not really well, but I was personally scouting, Nigeria well. I
Yeah,
scouted
okay.
Ghana well,
Because
like for two, three
I want to
days.
do a prediction show on the other channel.
Yeah, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Okay.
but I'm telling you in advance, I will be a lot biased about Nigeria because, well, Victor Osimhen is in that team. So yeah, that's my personal bias. But yeah, I mean, Victor Boniface is nice, but again, it's not cheap, and, that's the problem. There is
Yeah.
no quick fix striker that we can sign except of what was his name, Gurasi, right? That can come in cheap and that can fix the problems at Chelsea, and then we can also have the funds remaining to sign a big top gunman in summer. So if you're not signing Girassi, it has to be Victor Osimhen. That's it.
Tiger, Tiger, I like you, man. You gave me a good refreshing idea. Girassi is cheap, affordable, and then is on form at the moment.
You
If
can actually,
we
actually, it's equally good.
exactly, I watch Bundesliga, so I know him very well. So I think it's a good option for us. Another player that people are not aware of, and then I've mentioned him before the transfer window closes. His name is Teremi from Porto. He worth less than 30 million at the moment. I don't know his current uh, market value. His experience, he know how to win. He won trophies with Porto. He can be a stopgap until we get what we need in the summer. But Girassi is a good call. 17.5 million for him is a cheap, my friend.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's an excellent price. Yeah.
Tarim is also around 20 million, coach, and
Yeah, and I
Coolest
think that's
Chels.
probably most likely the sort of players the club will go for. I don't know. We're not too sure. But yeah, let me catch up what we have. Then we call it a day. We're not getting a Osimhen this month. I don't think either. And it says Spurs are also continue to work with Chelsea on the transfer of Conor Gallagher. An offer of 40 million is on the table. Euros. Who told you that? I am curious to see Chelsea financial modeling charts in order to understand the Gallagher decision. It appears that Enzo Casado and Latvia are far more important
True.
players in the club's planning, it seems. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. Only reason I would want to see is because for 17 million, he's a top gap. He's a stopgap till summer. If he works out, even better. If he flops, but it's not that much of a risk. But I think he would do well. People are shouting for Osimhen, saying he's the right fit for Chelsea. These people were also crying for Enzo last year, and look what happened. Spending 130 million for a player
And
not proven in the EPL. Enzo has been good actually.
Enzo under Porter was one of the best midfielders of the Prem.
Mhm.
And this is my serious concern, coach. You are the coach, right? I know you have tremendous experience of watching ball, and you know what Enzo is. So I'm not even debating, but this is to all the people. I don't know why people have forgot what Enzo was when he came from Benfica just after
I'll
the
still
World
go
Cup.
with how well he's done for us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People say he was better in World Cup. He was better for Benfica. But what he has done for Chelsea? Have you not seen the passes he has made for Havertz and Felix? Have you not seen the line breaking things he has done? Have you not seen the midfield control he has done when Potter was playing him the way he should be played as a central midfielder? The problem is with Poch, not with the player. Enzo is still world class. Enzo can
Mm,
still justify his price tag.
I disagree. I disagree, Tiger. Tiger,
Yeah.
let's look at this at the moment. I'm not saying Enzo is a bad player. Moses Caicedo is a bad player. Whoever is a bad. At the moment, Conor Gallagher is the one who is consistent, and there's no way Mauricio Pochettino will drop him. He's either gonna drop Enzo or Moses Caicedo. But unfortunately, Moses Caicedo is more solid defensively. He will drop Enzo. Simple as that. Not because Enzo is a good player, but we have to be fair sometimes. Why Poch is playing Conor Gallagher, not Enzo in the pedal pivot? No, man, please.
Now,
Right. I'm gonna catch up
the,
with what we have, and then we'll call it a day. Go ahead, Tiger, if you have anything else to say.
now about that, I mean, I was responding to this comment by who was it? Who was it? Uh,
I think it
mm,
was Rich
there
Money
was
Maker. I
someone, yeah.
think so. Who was
No, it
that? I
was
can't.
Jaka. It was Jaka. It was Jaka.
Okay.
S-
Oh, Jackass. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, he was just saying that people are saying that Osimhen is this and that, and but he was just apprehensive, and it's completely normal for a Chelsea fan to be apprehensive what after
Mhm.
what we did with Lukaku, right? Paying those big money and then signings being flop. But I'm just saying he has mentioned Enzo being also on the lines of a flop signing while we were rooting for Enzo when he was not signed back in the winter last time. I'm just saying that Enzo is not a flop. He is world class.
He's not
The
not even
problem,
close to it. Yeah.
the problem right now is, and he's better than Gallagher any day. You put in an Enzo in front of a Kimmich. You put in an Enzo in front of a top midfielder. Enzo will compete, maybe winning that battle. Gallagher cannot win a battle of class. Gallagher is very good for us right now, but is he world's best midfielders in those talks? No. I mean, he doesn't have necessarily those skills. But he's very good for us right now in the position Poch is playing him, and that's why he's respected, and that's why he's being praised. Because in the football pitch, you deliver what you are asked to deliver. It doesn't matter what you are and what you aren't. If you're delivering what your manager asks for you to deliver, you will always be praised, and that's what Gallagher's situation is right now. So for me, Victor Osimhen will kill in Premier League. And I'm speaking it not because I'm just a fan and I've just watched compilations on Twitter or X. I don't call myself a scout or something, but I've personally read a lot of scouting reports for this player, and I can vouch for Victor Osimhen over here. If you put in Victor Osimhen in this current Chelsea, and if you say the wingers and the fullbacks to tune in their game and put in a lot of passes to Victor Osimhen and channelize the attack through Palmer, Osimhen, and Jackson or Nkunku maybe, whoever is playing that false nine role. This man is gonna bang 20, 30 goals easy in Premier League. And I'm not even lying. This man possesses that instinct of a striker that is, very rare nowadays. Who else than Haaland? Who else than Benzema? And I'm not comparing Victor Osimhen to there, but he's close. He has all those skills. He was at Napoli, so people are underrating him. Let him come to the Premier League and you will see what quality he possesses. I've seen that brother ball, and I've seen minute by minute clips. Maybe people have just seen compilations and saying things, but yeah, and people, some people were questioning his integrity. Uh, I mean, maybe someday I have some Twitter clips where a Nigerian guy, maybe a emerging vlogger from Nigeria, I guess, was asking him that I need a gimbal. Victor Osimhen, can you buy me the gimbal? It was some 1 lakh Nigerian dollars or whatever the currency is, and he bought it the next instant. That is not just a baller from the foot; it's also a baller from the heart. That shows that and speaks about integrity and character of what Victor Osimhen is. And I want a striker like that. You can call me emotional, but that's what I am. I don't want, anyone like an Ivan Tony, a gambling addict. And I'm sorry if Ivan Tony fans are hurt, but that's the reality. He was banned. He was suspended for the acts he has committed. I don't want those kind of strikers at Chelsea, no matter how good they are, because we are Chelsea Football Club. We had Drogba, we had Lampard. It's a legacy. It's a culture. We are not any club in Europe. So it means something to be the striker of this football club. And we need to be having the best of the best. And I personally think Victor Osimhen should come, and this ownership should not mess this deal. Whether it's coming like Nkunku did, sealing in winter and coming in summer, or whether Enzo, like it happens like Enzo, like breaking the release clause. It has to be Victor Osimhen and no one else. There is no other striker that competes at that level. I'm sorry to say if someone disagrees, but that's the truth.
Look, you're entitled to your opinion. You don't have to say you're sorry. That's why we're here. This
No,
is
no,
Chelsea
100%.
Respect, where everybody's opinion matters. And I agree with you. I think he's world-class striker. I have my concerns, but if we sign him, I'll be happy. Not my concerns is his footballing ability, and you know that. So I'm gonna catch up with what we have, and we're gonna call it a day, and we'll talk about. We'll see you guys next time. According to Football Transfer Sports, don't want to pay 60 million, so which Chelsea don't want to sell him. Boniface is one of Osimhen's best friends. I read, but he's too expensive. Yep. And I don't think they'd be willing to sell him now. Keep Gallagher and sign Jimenez. Let's see what happens here. In Premier League, Osimhen will always be injured. Chelsea can book one more bed in the hospital for sign him. Let's see what happens. And Gavin is in the house. Please go check out Gavin's GFC Gavin's YouTube channel. Subscribe. Let's help him grow. I appreciate you finding the time to join, but bro, lateness is great. Let's see you joined late. No, not Taremi. You were doing good to till till that comment. And Ty is in the house. Big up to you, Ty. Please go check out Ty's YouTube channel, CFC Sections. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. We're rounding up, so I'm not going to be dwelling so much on any particular comment here. Gallagher needs to avoid the Mount treatment from the club. They may phase him out in order to force him out. Let's remember that Mount had more clout. Heston, he has to agree to a new contract. In my opinion, breaking news: Todd Bowley wanted all experienced players sold, and thank God Bengadi Ibali stopped that, and Ibali just want more experience. Has that breaking news, but thank you for that, Rich Money Maker. What else do we have? You keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. CFC Gavin, here's the link to his YouTube channel. Go check it out, subscribe, and let him know I sent you. The Chelsea hierarchy wouldn't give him up 150K a week. I don't know. Vic, can
Coach,
you please leave him alone? Why is telling him to stop making up news? Tiger, correct. Let's see what else we have here. Leighton, aka Rich Money Maker, has connections. That's how it may be. Coach, what would you see when 10 adults are trying to babysit a kinder? Who keeps running anywhere? The kid indeed catches the eye, consistently good to the eye. We can give you Masha, keep Masha. We don't want him. Masha would finish all that. Jackson, Masha is an excellent finisher, I agree. But there are other things that Jackson does for us that he cannot do. Keep him. Poch hasn't really showed that he's always he always knows how to play players to their strength. Let's see what happens now that he have a lot of them available. Yes, Osimhen world class. I agree. Marshall would miss a game though. Yep. Let's see what else we have here. Marshall is ice cold in front of goal. I agree. But what has happened to him? In the ice boat, in the stats, on the bench, maybe. It's looking for Sergio Girassi for cheaper options, and it looks like Totboli should stay in the USA. He stayed there, and I don't think he comes back again. Official Andre Santos has been recalled from his loan at Nottingham Forest. I did see that too, but thank you for that update. I appreciate that. Chelsea will get 28 million from Lewis Hall. Okay, thank you for that, Tiger. I appreciate that. I want to say thank you to Tiger and thank you to Tebago for finding the time to join me on the panel. And for those of you in the chat, I want to say thank you once more to Tiger. He's in the chat. Thank you, Vic. I appreciate you joining, brother. And thank you, Constantine Dante. Much love to you. Rich Money Makers appreciate you. And yep, we have Nacho 17. Thank you. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And who else do we have there? JC. Much love to you. GFC, Gavin, all of you. And if I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all.
Big up the Chels.
Up the Chels.